China has set a goal to become the world's leading power in artificial intelligence by 2030. They're ahead of the game in the race for leadership, with the country being a leader in the AI research and surpassing the West by combining high technology and military might. Even with the Chinese government's massive investment, their companies still rely on American technology to develop most of their applications. This dependency is a valuable weapon for the Americans, which means that the United States has only one way to stop China. So what's the American plan to end once for all China's chances of winning this technological race? We've got all the details in today's extraordinary video. China is the world's biggest exporter of technological products. Smartphones, computers, softwares, robots, and many others. And artificial intelligence plays an important role when it comes to developing these products. Without AI, none of these mind-blowing advancements will be possible. From facial recognition on our smartphones to smart homes and virtual assistants, AI is driving innovation across the board. But that's not all. The Chinese are also using AI to develop powerful weapons of war, and they're doing like nobody else. While other nations are still trying to keep up, the Chinese are using their formidable technological prowess to create lethal, autonomous weapons that could give them a massive military advantage. However, there's only one thing holding them back from dominating the world with AI: technological independence. Despite China's strong presence in global trade, they still rely on the United States and other countries for chips, semiconductors, and other crucial components for their AI projects. Around 95% of the chips in China were designed by American companies. This makes them vulnerable to trade restrictions from the US, which could undermine their progress. That is a real issue for the Chinese government. To achieve true technological independence, China must develop its own chip and semiconductor production capacity, relying less on the US, Taiwan, and South Korea. In this technological dispute, anything goes to destroy your opponents, and China has gone to great lengths to assert its dominance over the past few decades. Accusations of industrial espionage, exploitation of cheap labor, and misuse of technology for military purposes have resulted in the Chinese government facing challenges in the World Trade Organization. Also, the development of lethal autonomous weapons equipped with advanced artificial intelligence has fueled a climate of suspicion and mistrust in the international community. In 2020, the US has even restricted chip and semiconductor sales to Chinese companies such as Huawei, causing billions of dollars in losses for the giant tech firm. At that time, even companies such as TikTok and Alibaba were targeted by the American sanctions. But why are the microchips so important? Because they're literally everywhere. Chip semiconductors are found in data centers and cutting-edge technology equipment such as supercomputer hardwares, but they are also present in cars, home appliances, and washing machines. They help monitor electrical distribution in cities, capture aerial images of the planet, and are present in almost all modern-day military weapons. That's why the US launched a plan to block China's chip and semiconductor production chain in 2022. The plan is divided into two essential measures that we are going to tell you right now.
We're going to compete vigorously, but I'm not looking for conflict.
The first measure is to block the sales of some high-tech American chips to Chinese artificial intelligence industries. China has a powerful strategy that combines their military and civilian resources. This approach allows them to utilize their top-notch artificial intelligence technologies originally designed for commercial use for military purposes as well. How to avoid the Chinese army from taking advantage of American secrets without harming American chip sales? That's the million-dollar question that the United States doesn't know how to answer. Therefore, the Biden government put an end to the party and created a list of Chinese companies prohibited from buying American chips and semiconductors, even harming the high-tech sector of the United States. Losing access to the US chips will not end the Chinese chip industry, but it will undoubtedly endanger China's future as a superpower of artificial intelligence. The second measure is to prevent China from designing and manufacturing chips and semiconductors internally. To design a chip, industries need specific software, many of which are developed outside of China. And to produce it, equipment for semiconductor manufacturing is necessary. The United States will block Chinese companies' access to American artificial intelligence software used in chip development. Picture this. Without critical U.S. technological inputs, especially manufacturing equipment, China's advanced chip factories are like airlines cut off from Boeing and Airbus, the duopoly that supplies nearly all the world's commercial passenger jets. In other words, isolated from the world. To make matters worse, the United States also wants to prevent China from developing its own semiconductor manufacturing equipment. Without these parts, China has to rush to develop a domestic semiconductor equipment industry that can compete with American advances of the last decades, a real race against time. While China's technological advancement is undoubtedly audacious, containing it's going to be an extremely challenging task. Even the former head of software at the Pentagon, Nicholas Shailan, has admitted that the United States has already lost this war. To make a worldwide blockage against China's artificial intelligence, other countries will also need to agree. Taiwan, South Korea, and Germany are key players in this game. This American counterattack can be seen as a sign that we are entering a new Cold War. But this time, technology is taking center stage. Will the United States be able to compete with China's artificial intelligence in the next 15 or 20 years? Only the future will tell. But we all know that China will not give up. If you enjoyed this content, give your a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.